Okay,
and
yes.
4 feet from. Now, that's happening with everyone. There's no single candidate that's doing that. They all are doing it. It's just an area that the county, in their regulations, the biggest problem I find in one of the county regulations, and I repeat this for benefit that might be interested in doing it right, if an intersection, a sign placed, it has to be placed 50 feet back from the intersection.
Okay.
And the reason the county has that particular requirement is because it could interfere with your seeing traffic coming from a side street, even if it's a traffic light
Okay,
or whatever.
so it's actually a danger.
Yeah, and that's the area that concerns me. I see the most. And in front of a shopping center, there was a big sign that was not at the curb area, but about 2 feet from on the Route 301 south from Bowie. And that's a state's attorney's sign, and you know they should know the rule. And not that I'm giving names or anything, but it's just an area that a lot of people may not know it should be placed a certain way. But if the signs are there and it does block a person's view, coming in and out of a side street or whatever, that candidate's going to, they probably don't vote for, and they won't vote for them, that's for sure. But in covering that, here again, a lot of our producers are having candidates on, so tune them in, and like I say,
absolutely, to get an opportunity to see those candidates.
And you know, Jan, some of the producers we have, and we probably could be thinking of having the producers on and introduce the producers and let them explain what their programs are as a future
addition promotion. Sure.
Yeah, we could invite 2 or 3 producers at a time, and they could give us 5 or 10 minutes on advertising their program verbally, because they can't advertise otherwise, you know, programming with community television. But that might be something to be interested, because I view a lot of other producers' programs, and there are some guests that really are very helpful and informative with what they are discussing.
Yes.
And so we have a lot of good producers to do that. We have some producers that have a little variety in the program, and they may have some guests on that are past friends of theirs, or past students of theirs, or they may have gone to school with them too. And that produces a lot of fun. And of course, I noticed one program on recently, then Fred Robinson was on there, and it's a program really it's sort of designed and been done over the years called a Green Light.
Yes.
And it's a good program to look into, because it's a fun thing to hear about and talk about.
Right.
And so that's what we're hoping to do, is get some variety in our programming, have more community involved. As you said, at one time in Bowie, we had a person that was actually a very good cook, and they had a program on Italian cooking and Italian dishes. And they actually taped this in the person's home, the woman.
Okay.
And they say, I don't remember, but they say it was a very good program. So even that is something a lot of people never think about, you know.
Sure, absolutely.
And they can get sometimes volunteers that come and apply here to volunteer. And a lot of our students that come and volunteer get credit at their
at their school,
high school or the university. Wanted to bring that. And there was another program, a fitness program, a few years ago too. I forget what it was called, but it was that sort of thing.
Yes.
It can be done. Anything non-commercial, you might say, that would be helpful. And consequently, let me hear from you again, Jan, what your hope is within this next 5 minutes. We want to cover what your hope and your deadlines you might want to make. Any promises?
I don't know about promises, but I really do. I do want to get more producers, and I want to have more variety of shows with our producers, very much. And I do think that my goal, maybe for the year, since I started the 1st of June. So we'll say like by next May, I would like it to be a scheduling nightmare in order to produce a show here.
That's right.
Because we have so many producers that are so excited to be here. So I would like to set that as a goal.
That sounds like a great one to me.
Yeah.
And two, I might mention the people that support, the volunteers that come and support.
Absolutely.
The effort here. There's a great deal of flex time involved in that. If a person has 3 hours a week or a half a day a week or want to come in the evening and help,
Yes.
I think we get a lot more interns in the evening taping.
Yes.
Everything is done right at the studio at Bowie City Hall, in the back portion of the City Hall, present City Hall.
Yes.
And we'll be here after the City Hall opens their new facility.
Yes.
And I think hopefully you'll have more space too to work with.
Well, yes, of
that
course.
time.
We definitely will, yes.
So it'll be more of a full-fledged community effort that we're working on, and we've got to get a lot more participation. There's a lot of interest, I might say, from people we have inquiries from Bowie, outside of Bowie rather, from Washington, D.C., Virginia, outside the county. But our whole goal is to have this Bowie community television,
Right.
with Bowie community talent and information and news. And we're also looking for any information to the Bowie News. They can respond with the email to you or whatever that they would like to hear us discuss on Bowie News
Oh,
and Views.
of course.
Any news events, and anyone that may have accomplishments they want to brag about it, let us know, and we'll help them promote that.
Yes.
I think probably too, one of the other things that, besides the volunteers and the interns, is I'm going back to the fees to support the community. I think you'll know the exact price, I think, but if you just call or write a note and want to be a sponsor, a supporter, and you see our ads that are sponsors on television now, and
Right, so it gives you visibility.
Yep, and it certainly does. And those sponsors, many of them have been with us several years. That must work well for them.
Correct.
And it lets you know who is in the community, who services the community, or provides services or sales to the community. And of course, the membership thing is more a family thing. And as a family member or a member of the Bowie Media Corporation, they are invited to the annual events.
Yes.
And invited to participate as a member and vote on board of directors and other things. And if you have an interest in working with the board, by all means call Jan as well.
Definitely.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
and we'll see you next time.